Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tarot Adventure. My name is Robin and I'm back here today with another pick a card reading. I particularly want to thank all of my returning subscribers. You guys are the best and it always puts a big smile on my face whenever I read one of your messages. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do consider doing so and hitting the bell icon. I post pick a card readings every week, as well as short readings and energy updates, and really everything is meant to inspire you and uplift you in your day-to-day life, so you can bring yourself into balance and really learn to trust your own intuition, because you are the most powerful person in your life. And speaking of balance, today's theme will be quite a special one. If you are watching this video around the date of its release, you'll know that soon we will be reaching an equinox. If you live in the northern hemisphere, as I do, this will be the autumn equinox. This is a celebration also known as Mabon in some traditions. It is a celebration of the second harvest, of richness and abundance entering our lives after a period of hard work. And the equinox itself has an energy of balance. As we enter Libra season, we are asked to slow down and even out our emotions and our energies. Take a moment to look within, to meditate, and to be grateful for everything that we have achieved so far, as we start to slow down and enter the rest period that the winter season brings. So, with that in mind, I have decided that the theme for today's video is: what desires are you manifesting this autumn? What seeds that you have planted in the past year are coming to fruition right now, at this point in time? We will be looking at the tarot, then drawing some oracle cards, and we will finish off the reading with some messages from the universe to encourage you and support you on your manifestation journey, so that all of your wishes and desires can come true. Before I get into the group selection part of our reading, let me just tell you that at the end of this video, you can join me on a ritual of blessing for your desire, your manifestation to really come true this autumn. I will be going outdoors, lighting some candles, speaking some words of intention to really supercharge your desires, your intentions, so that they can be made manifest as quickly as possible and as effortlessly as possible. So if you're interested to join me in that, do make sure to check out the end of this video. I will be adding a timestamp for our blessing ritual, and I'm hoping to see you there. But for now, let me introduce you to the three groups that we have today. So, for group 1, we have the Wheel of the Year Tarot, as well as these two small, cute pine cones. They are almost like twins. Let me describe them to those who perhaps have a visual impairment. So they are two small, brown, open pine cones, almost identical. They go together really well. That is group number 1. For group number 2, we have the Green Witch Tarot, as well as these beautiful, almost round pine cone. And there's something very delicate about it. It reminds me almost of a lotus flower, with its petals perfectly open. It's round, almost like a ball. It is really very lovely. And for group number 3, we have the Tarot of the Golden Wheel, as well as this beautiful elongated pine cone. It's the biggest of the 3. And there's something about it. Its beautiful symmetry really stands out. So that is group 3. I hope I don't have to make any cuts here that are extremely distracting, because I just had a coughing fit. As I mentioned in the last video, I've been sick now for a few days, which is why I haven't been able to record either. But I'm on the mend now. My voice is still a little bit rough, but we'll make do with that. So these are the 3 groups. If you have to, you can pause the video now, take a deep breath. I will take this moment to cleanse the energy for you. So let's create a little portal outside of time and space, where there's infinite possibilities and you can very clearly see the road to the fulfillment of all of your heart's desires. And you can see the clearest path to get there. Alright, so if you're ready, do check out the timestamps below, and I will see you in your own group's reading. Bye! Hello Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You chose these 2 beautiful twin pine cones, and let me put them here, as well as the Wheel of the Year tarot, and this will be your reading. And the question we're asking today is, what desires are you manifesting this autumn? What seeds of intention are you finally harvesting after a long while? So let's get straight to it. And remember, if you want to join me for a ritual of blessing in order to help your desires become manifest in the easiest and quickest way possible, do join me at the end of all of the readings after Group 3. I will be going outdoors, lighting some candles and speaking some words of affirmation. It's going to be beautiful, and it really will help accelerate the energy. Alright, so what desires is Group 1 manifesting this autumn? Which ones of their intentions are finally coming to fruition? Group 1, please, this autumn. So I will do it in such a way that I draw 3 cards. One of them represents the desire. The second one represents what is going on behind the scene to make this desire come true. And the third one is about what needs to be released in order for this desire to come to pass. So to represent the desire, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. What is going on behind the scenes? What is going on behind the scenes for Group 1's desire? That's too many cards. 1 card, yes. We have the King of Wands in reverse. Alright. And what needs to be released? What needs to be released here in order to make this manifestation come true? I'm terribly sorry about my voice. I actually lost it for a few days completely, so just being able to speak is actually quite lovely. So what needs to be released? 1 more card. What needs to be released here? Alright, we have the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So Group 1, I'm really seeing something very, very interesting in here. The more I look at it, the more it makes sense. So we have here, as your overarching energy, the 5 of Cups. And let's have a closer look at this particular 5 of Cups. You can see that, unlike traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, in here, all of the cups have spilled. And this woman is really distraught about it. But what's really interesting is that the cups have spilled into this dry flower bed, in this extremely dry and unfruitful landscape. So what this tells me is that even though there's a loss, there's definitely a loss here, but it is happening for a higher reason, for a higher purpose, to encourage something beautiful to form, to encourage something beautiful to grow. And the fact that it came out reversed is actually showing me a level of surrender to the fact that if we are going to beckon this desire into our lives, we need to be ready to let go and trust that all of this happened for a reason that we may not be aware of at this time. And while it is alright to embrace the sadness, embrace the pain as it happens, all of these are natural emotions that we all as humans experience. Somewhere in there, there is a knowing that actually everything will be okay. And even though we have invested so much of ourselves into these 5 cups that have now spilled, what we will be receiving just from the simple act of giving, of letting go, will be magnified tenfold. It will be increased. There will be abundance and there will be beauty beyond our imagination. This sacrifice was needed to set the wheels in motion so that we can actually get to our destination, what we are after. And what are we after? What is group 1 after? I can see here that your desire, group 1, has something to do with speaking the truth. The Queen of Swords is the Queen of Truth, of absolute, objective truth. There are no nuances here. What you see is what you get. And the fact that she is reversed tells me that perhaps there is something in that truth that we want to hear that could bring a level of pain. It could be harsh, it could be a hard pill to swallow, or alternatively, it could create a lot of upheaval. And yet, group 1, I see you facing this challenge so bravely. You are not afraid of hearing out this truth. On the contrary, you are searching for it. You will not rest until you find it. This queen is dignified, but she also looks quite harsh to me. As she stands there in her wintry balcony, you know you're not messing with her. No matter what, you are not messing with her. She has a lot of experience points in this life, and she's seen some things, she's been through some challenges. So there's really no beating around the bush with her. Something needs to come out, and it must, and it will. It definitely will. But we'll get to that in a moment. We'll draw some more cards and get some more information. Now, what you don't see happening behind the scenes is the King of Wands in reverse. So why is the King of Wands in reverse? The King of Wands is someone who is confident, someone who is charismatic, someone who is loyal. You can see the symbolism of the dog here. And someone who's very comfortable in their own skin. But now it's flipped. I can see here. It could be a masculine figure in your life. It doesn't have to be. It could be a fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And what I can see, the challenge here being, and what is happening behind the scenes, is that this person lacks confidence. This person lacks clarity in the sense they are confused and they are being disloyal to themselves. I would say perhaps this person is lying to themselves about something in regards to this truth that they very well know themselves, and yet they are not ready to accept it for the challenge that brings. Because the King of Wands is an adventurous king. But in reverse, he is scared. He is afraid to embark on that new challenge and to stand their ground. And we will be drawing more cards on that to see what exactly is happening there. Why isn't this king standing in their true power to affirm this truth, to speak out with clarity that is required, is demanded in this situation? Perhaps there needs to be some form of proposal. Perhaps there needs to be some form of an apology. I see, at least for some of you, that it may have to do with someone owning up to what they have done and coming forward, apologizing and revealing what was going on with them at that time that made communication impossible. But we have here the main character, and we have here a potential partner, a potential friend, business partner even, who is essential in bringing forward this manifestation. They are just as big of a player as our Queen of Swords here, and the universe actually needs to sway them to move forward and to do this. And I think this is really what is going on behind the scenes. This masculine getting into their true power and affirming all of the things that need to be said for this event that is desired to come to pass. Now, what needs to be released here is the Ace of Cups, right? This is very interesting. You can see here that this little fairy is holding on so tightly to this lit candle, which is slowly burning down. And she might even burn herself while trying to protect it. In this cold and wintry place, it really makes me think, perhaps, for some of you, of a connection that is right now on freeze, on hold. Nothing is moving. It is in a period of rest. And someone is holding on to this light until spring comes. All of these flowers are all symbols of spring. There is really amazing symbolism in this one card. And yet, this answers the question, what needs to be released? The Ace of Cups is typically a new love offer. Perhaps this whole scenario has something to do with love, at least for some of you, with love and emotions. And what the universe is trying to say here is to stop holding on. Because this little fairy cannot protect the flame in any way. She's too small to protect it from the wind or the snow and the cold. She's holding onto it so dearly, like it's so precious to her. And yet, this doesn't make any difference for the candle, for the flame. It will all burn out at the same rate. Really. And what I think the universe is saying is, don't be afraid to be in the dark about something. Don't be afraid to let go, to walk away from that flame, because you know what? It's out of your range of influence. This is something you cannot affect. This is something that you can hope for, something that you can hold dear inside your heart. But if you just release it and trust, perhaps in due time, when spring comes, when everything comes back to life, and this cup, this beautiful offer of love or friendship will be coming your way. Don't be afraid to be in the dark. The truth is, you're never in the dark. The truth is, your intuition, your inner knowing, your higher self has answers for everything. So even if you walk away physically or emotionally and you put your investment somewhere else, it's not as if you forgot about this at all. It's not as if you don't care about it anymore, but you know that you did your part and that was all that you can do, and all the rest is in the hands of the divine. This is the message that I see here. Let's draw some more cards. I will put the bottom of the deck energy right here, and I will draw 3 more cards. So for the desire, for the Queen of Swords in reverse, that came out fast, we have the Two of Wands. What else? What else? Regarding the desire that group 1 has, regarding the desire, what else is there to know regarding the desire? What else is there to know? The first card came out very quickly, but now the other ones are taking a while. What else is there to know regarding the desire that group 1 has? Alright, we have that, yes, Hermit in reverse. I was trying to figure out, actually, reverse or upright? Upright, okay. And we have the Chariot in reverse. Okay. So let's put those over here and draw some cards regarding what's happening behind the scenes. Someone has been trying to look within, but it is difficult. Whenever they go within, it's as if they get stuck. Clarity is missing, clarity is required. So what's going on behind the scenes? We have the Star in reverse. We also have the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Now, hold on. That was my lamp that just ran out of battery as usual. Let me just charge it and I will get back to you. Alright, group 1, welcome back. I'm really very sorry about that. I will definitely have to do something about the light situation because it's been dying on me at the most inconvenient times. But you know, the universe always speaks to these kind of messages, and as soon as that light went off, I thought to myself, someone's in the dark, and it's regarding this situation, what is going on behind the scenes. Alright, so as I mentioned, we have here the Star in reverse, which means a loss of hope. Like, there's no hope. Like, I hope that YouTube doesn't care about. So I will not show you a close-up of that card. Not that I would mind, but I really don't know what the policies are. So, okay, we have the Six of Wands in reverse here. And again, it ties into the message of lack of confidence and just not believing in themselves, feeling defeated, feeling very, very defeated. So, all right, what needs to be released? So one more thing before we dive into this reading a little bit more. So what needs to be released here? In regards to the Ace of Cups and the message that was coming out earlier, we have the King of Cups, all right? And let's put it under here. King of Cups. What needs to be released in order for this desire to come true? I see these two cards over here, so I will take them whole, the Tower in reverse, and then we also have the Hierophant in reverse. Oh, this is really tying into the whole story very, very nicely. Let me just move the cards around so you can see all of them. Oh my goodness, yes, this is quite a strong message. Oh, okay, so what we're seeing here in regards to our Queen of Swords, our truth seeker who will not accept anything else but the truth. Someone wants to get the full picture of a situation, and what I see for them is they have been trying to go within, trying to make sense of something, because we have here the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands usually signifies a path that needs to be chosen, a road, a crossroad where we need to decide which way to go. And in this particular card, there's this message, almost like the Three of Pentacles. It's like building together. And what I'm getting is that, if we bring our two wands together, if we piece together these two halves of a whole, then we could grow something very beautiful. We could make it so special. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole reading was about a love situation, a manifestation regarding a romance, a romantic connection. If it's not, it could definitely be a friendship or a business partner, but a business partnership. But I'm getting this very strong message of a love situation. So I'm sure that will apply for at least some of you. And I'm getting this feeling that whoever it is, the two of you really match each other wonderfully. And there's so much potential for growth here. There's just a little bit of commitment that's required, and everything else will develop naturally. It's almost effortless. All you need to do is to support this feeling through your actions, and everything else will happen naturally. You don't have to put a lot of effort. But here comes the issue, because what I see here, and I do feel it is about the person watching this reading, group one, that you perhaps may have been blocking yourself in some way. The Chariot means blocked movement, stagnancy, not moving forward. So why is it that this isn't moving forward? Maybe there is some degree of overanalyzing, some degree of trying to look into every little detail, but perhaps missing the bigger picture. And from this card, there's also a feeling of holding back, isolation, and loneliness. And I do wonder whether there were times when you felt yourself fall into this trap of overanalyzing and keeping to yourself, and perhaps some kind of skewed view of the situation. Perhaps this isn't something that you are able to share with a lot of people. This may be for some of you a situation that you had to keep to yourself because of the circumstances in the outer world. So this has kept you trapped in a position where you can't really entertain that many possibilities aside from your own vision. And this is why you desperately crave the truth here. You want clarity to be brought to the situation, and this clarity is expected to come from the other party. And this is where it gets difficult. And why does it get difficult? It's because there's some lack of faith here. There's some lack of hope, because as we can see, whoever this King of Wands is, they do not believe in themselves. And unfortunately, they have made it so in their minds to think that it is impossible to realize this dream. Because what I see here is that there is a wish to communicate. We have here the Page of Pentacles, and this is quite an interesting representation. You can see she's writing a letter here, but she is in deep thought and really analyzing some aspect of her material world, and perhaps wondering whether the investment would make sense. Should I do it? Should I not do it? This is actually an energy that I pick off the Page of Pentacles quite often. Would it be okay to do this? Would it not be okay? How will this play out? To me, this is a card of politeness, really being very cautious of how it's appropriate to behave would this be okay? Would it not be okay? And I can see there's some kind of a back and forth, because there is this desire to bring some closure, or to just open up, but there is a deep sense of lack of confidence. And whatever stories this person is telling to themselves leads them ultimately in a place of hopelessness. This could never work out. So there is a lot of difficult, muddy energy over here that needs to be overcome. In the process of this manifestation, someone is very clear on how the other person should be coming forward. They don't accept anything less than that, which is good, because there is a very strong, clear intention that has been set. And of course, if you're watching this reading, this does speak of a desire that is coming to fruition, a manifestation that is becoming a reality, but there may be some stagnancy about it right now. So again, this is what's happening behind the scenes. This is what needs to be worked through to actually get to the place of the desire being fulfilled. And for this person in particular, it means that there's a lot to overcome in their psyche, in the way they view themselves, in the way they view this connection, this relationship. And they are really not very optimistic, because whatever they need to come forward with, be it an apology, confession, or an offer, ultimately, they really feel like it will not be well received. Okay? So, what needs to be released? What I see here, in terms of releasing, is this expectation of things being done a certain way, a proper way. We have here the Hierophant in reverse. It speaks of the unconventional, something that goes against tradition, perhaps something a little bit rebellious, a little bit dangerous. So if you are expecting this truth, this confession, this offer, whatever it is, to come to you a certain way that is deemed proper and acceptable, perhaps for some of you it would be a proposal. This is something that you are hoping for, this is something that you are expecting. But here the universe is coming in and saying that you might want to be flexible, at least for the time being, because ultimately marriage, let's say, is not a complete guarantee for a happy life. And there are so many couples out there who stay unmarried for all of their lives, but still enjoy wonderful experiences of love and intimacy and connection and exclusiveness together, even without ever tying the knot. So the universe is telling you to release expectations of any proper way to do things. And also, there is a warning here of things as you know them being, to a sense, broken down, but only to be put back together again. So the Tower is about the destruction of something that's been built on unstable foundations. It is a transformation for the better, but oftentimes it's extremely uncomfortable. Here it's in reverse, so that is quite interesting. To me, the Tower in reverse always speaks of sudden shift from within. Kind of pressure that's been building up, and it needs to be released. Something here in it needs to give. And there are some changes impending if you desire this manifestation to move forward in the quickest of time. So you may have to accept the fact that this connection might not be the same as it used to be, or it might not be quite like you imagined it. But, and here's the but, if you are willing to flow with this, if you are willing to accommodate this surprise, this twist of events that changes the way you view the connection, you may be surprised to find that there is a lot of emotion to be shared there, a lot of emotional stability. The King of Cups is an investment worthwhile in the long run. In the realm of romance, the King of Cups is incredibly loving, caring, protective, and also very stable in his emotions. There's no back and forth here. He knows, he recognizes the things that matter to him, and he gives his heart and soul to all of those things. So here it is, laid out for you. It's an encouragement to recalibrate, to perhaps rethink, if this hasn't been working out quite that well, could I entertain a different possibility of this playing out in a similar way to what I want, but not exactly? Because the reward that you could get is just something so amazing, it's just something so worthwhile, that it might potentially shift the whole way you view relationships. So this is really beautiful. But again, I do see some work needing to be done. Definitely on both sides. But of course, you can't do the work for someone else. You need to go within. Connect with your own higher self and do what's best for you. Go easy on yourself, but ask yourself, if I really want this, what kind of aspects of my manifestation are essential, and what kind of things could I leave behind? It's just like stripping away the fluff and just being left with the essential. What's essential for you right here, right now. Alright, so I will clear this up. And then we will draw some oracle cards for you for more guidance. I'll be back in a second. Alright then, so for group 1, is there anything else that's important for group 1 right now to hear? What else should group 1 hear right now at this moment regarding what's coming into their lives and their manifestation? A lot of cards have flipped, but I will only take the ones that drop onto the table, okay? Great. So we have Rose. Romance is in the air. So again, this is for me a confirmation that for most of you, this is regarding a matter of the heart. We also have 4-leaf clover. Great, good fortune, okay? So the stars are aligning for you. We also have cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. Just the fact that it came up here in the center of the reading where that King of Wands in reverse was, makes me think that this is actually part of their journey, and this will be some kind of revelation, some kind of pressure to change. Oftentimes, if day-to-day life just goes by in a pleasant or neutral way, we might not feel called to make any adjustments. But if there's a very uncomfortable situation or emotional experience upon us, then all of a sudden we are mobilizing so much energy in order to go back into a place of balance, into a place of contentment, is that the word? So again, tying in with that theme of balance, someone will feel pressure to bring back balance into their lives, but it is through some dissatisfying experience. We also have here the sun, happiness and well-being. So it is a great omen of what is coming your way is meant to bring you great joy. We also have wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And this, you are really encouraged to get this wheel moving and get clear with your intentions. Again, it is about that stripping away of things that are unessential to get some of the weight off. All right, whatever vehicle this wheel is attached to, it gets some of the weight away so that the vehicle can once again move more swiftly. All right, so there's that. And then we also have man, dealings or relationship with a man. So, okay, this, if you were inquiring about a situation regarding a man, then this is indeed your confirmation that yes, all of this is related to that connection. All right, let's get some more cards for you now. What else does group 1 need to know about the manifestation? So we have here number 18, magic stream. All right, and then we also have a number 23, golden palace. All right, so I think an important message that I'm seeing over here is regarding your emotions with the magic stream. There's something that I'm feeling has been pent up inside for a really long time, and that emotion is asking, is begging to be let out in some way or another. This can look quite differently for different people, because some would perhaps need to share their experience with a friend, someone they can trust. For others, it could mean that they need to give themselves some kind of space to let that emotion out, perhaps cry. That is a way to express themselves, to let some of that energy of frustration out. And then for some, it could be through the means of creativity, putting their feelings into some kind of creative project, something from the heart that really allows them to sift through all of what they're feeling quite freely. So let me get the guidebook on this, because I'm quite curious if there's anything extra to add to what this card is saying to me intuitively. So we have magic stream. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Oh, that's a beautiful message. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution. So this is a really very beautiful message that whatever point in your life and in your manifestation in particular you're at right now, even though you feel perhaps sometimes that things are happening randomly to you and you can't make any sense of the situation, just know that the universe is working behind the scenes on something bigger. Sometimes there may be events or circumstances that on the surface seem to be leading you away from your desire. But you don't have the bigger picture. This is the issue. You don't have the bigger picture here. And you don't know how those events and circumstances are actually affecting the other people involved. Because, let me give you an example. Perhaps some people watching this are going through a separation, or there's a lack of communication with their person of interest, and it is quite unclear what is happening on the other side. But the truth is, they can't really know what life events, what challenges are actually happening on the other side, and perhaps how much more connected and how much more in love the other person is feeling. So there is something magical going on, a flow of energy that connects events and circumstances. And from our human perspective, it is perhaps hard to see the bigger picture until something has materialized. And speaking of materializing, we have such a beautiful symbol here of abundance, of wish fulfillment, the golden palace. Everything that we could have ever desired is in here, in this palace. And it is there for us. It is like a message of wish granted. This is for you. Dare to dream big, because in here is everything that you've ever wanted. What is in here is yours for the taking. Is yours for the taking. This speaks of abundance, of prosperity, and good things coming our way. The golden color really brings me back to the sun over here. So this is very lovely. All right, let's get some more cards for you. What else is there to know for group 1? And the desire that they are manifesting, I will take these two. We have meadow with vulnerability and whale, breach. Whenever I see this card of whale, breach, it makes me think of reach out in vulnerability. So I think that regardless of where you position yourself right now in regards to this manifestation, whether there's doubt in your mind, whether you are really not believing that this is possible, here is your message that you can dream big and you can allow yourself to trust in this, to believe in this, because there will be a breakthrough. A lot of vulnerability will be required. Someone here will have to open up and really acknowledge feelings in an honest and truthful way. And perhaps it is not something that they are accustomed to do it. Perhaps it takes a lot of effort and a lot of courage to do it. But it is indeed coming. And I'm sure that it is a message to just let go. Exactly what we were talking about there with the Ace of Cups. Let go and trust that this will happen in its own time, because it will. And it will happen. It will happen very soon from now. If there is willingness to let go of a particular outcome, this can happen very quickly. I will get a couple more cards for you with advice. Alright, so this is a new deck that I have. I did shuffle it. I will be reading from the guidebook though. So we have two cards on the table. We have Iha of water, so daughter of water with chamomile. And then we have Eight of air with licorice. So these two cards are the Page of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords in normal tarot speaks of a mental prison. It speaks of us just keeping ourselves trapped within our own thoughts and assumptions and ideas, because we are always free to step out of that and embrace a brand new perspective. And that brand new perspective could look like entertaining the thought that someone can be vulnerable about their emotions. Someone can open up and come towards us with something authentic, something sincere and loving. which is what the Page of Cups is all about. But let me get the card book, because I would really like to hear what kind of insights are there regarding these two cards and their corresponding herbs. So first of all I will look at the Eight of Air, because it does speak of a feeling of anxiety, tension, which the chamomile actually soothes. The chamomile is a very calming herb. You can really feel it take the stress away. But the stress over here, let's look into it and see. So, licorice. The message is, know your limits and respect them, proclaim your truth, walk out through the gate. Then a paragraph is describing the imagery here on the card. And the message is this: what holds us back is not always clear. Are you feeling fenced in by the circumstances of your life? Staying isolated seems safe, but like this overgrown garden, it couldn't become a prison of your own making. Know your limits. There is no shame in saying no. Constant internal dialogue may have silenced you, but your body can no longer hold that story inside. Take responsibility for your thoughts and a clear path to freedom. Licorice heals the vocal cords. Maybe this is something that I should actually use right now for my voice. Speak your truth aloud to others. It will give you power. A power shared is a power multiplied. Licorice medicine is soft and sweet. Be kind to yourself as you meet your boundaries head on. So I'm getting a message here, particularly for those of you who may have been hurt by a person in your life and you are expecting an apology. You are expecting some healing words to be spoken to you. And the message is to hold your boundaries intact. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for the middle ground, because if you know in your heart that you are right and these feelings that you have should be respected, should be honored, hold those standards high. Do express yourself, because you know your worth and your value. You are understanding of other people's vulnerability, but also of your own. And this is something that needs protecting. Alright, let's look at this card. Iha of water, chamomile. So, chamomile, return refreshed to a beginner's heart, tender heart, big dreams. Calm your spirit when emotions run awry. The Iha of water embraces her feelings with the freedom of a child. When emotions overrun and overwhelm her, she reaches out for help. She remembers the many times she was given chamomile tea when she was sad. She knows the medicine she needs, though she may not be able to prepare it on her own. Just as chamomile's sweet scent calms anxiety and brightens the spirit, the child quiets her mind and gives herself permission to be playful with her heart. She embraces her dreams and often loses herself in imagination. So what I see here is that if you have been dealing with some strong emotions, then this is an invitation to acknowledge them and also to soothe yourself. It is okay to take things one day at a time, to nurture yourself to a place of balance. And perhaps at times, if you find yourself unable to do so on your own, do entrust others with the task. Do reach out for help if you need soothing, if you need comforting. If something feels off in your life, you are being encouraged to express those feelings, just to get the burden away from yourself. And just be gentle to yourself. Just know that not everything is forever. There are ebbs and flows. to energy. There are highs and lows, and even though maybe right now you're feeling quite low, that doesn't mean it's gonna be like that forever. Quite the contrary. Energies do tend to balance themselves out, and again we are getting back to this theme of balance. So if there's something that has been off, and perhaps for some of you, you've been feeling down for a long time, just know that even though you're over here on the bottom now, things will pick back up for you. It is the law of the universe. It is the equilibrium, the ebb and flow. So change is impending, especially with all of these beautiful cards of encouragement and good fortune. Things are starting to move again for you. So this is great news for everyone watching. So we have reached the end of the reading, but now I want to just leave you with a message here from the universe. Something to guide you right now on your path. Perhaps some thoughts that will give you some support when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling like perhaps things aren't happening for you, or perhaps if you need to know a little new trick or see things from a new perspective. So there are some messages here for you. I will just quickly, with my eyes closed, move them around and shuffle them, and I will pull one for you. Let's see which one. This one is calling out to me for your group. Right, another one dropped onto the table, but actually I will just take this one and let's read it together. Okay, so, this is quite appropriate. So it reads like this. Sometimes you may get a hugely discouraging hurdle when you are right on the brink of manifesting your desire. It is a test of focus and determination. If you can power through with complete trust in your outcome, you will have learned the most important lesson, which is how the true divine power lies within you. You are becoming a master. Love the universe. Alright? So if anyone has been struggling right now, feeling stuck, feeling like as if things are going downwards for them in their manifestation, just know that this is the final hurdle. And if you can power through this and hold on to your vision and get into that emotional space of your desire being right here manifested already into reality, then very soon, and I do mean very, very soon, you'll get exactly the outcome that you want. So congratulations to you, Group 1. I think things are really looking up for you, and it's been such a pleasure to do this reading for you. I really appreciate it. So if you enjoy this video, do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would really love to have you here for more pick a card readings, other interesting tarot draws. But for now, I'm wishing you a good day or a good night wherever you are. Take good care, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So today you chose this beautiful ball-shaped pine cone. It is so gorgeous. I will put it right here. And also you chose the Green Witch Tarot. And the question we are asking today is, what desires are you manifesting this autumn? What seeds of intention that you have planted in the past year are coming to you in this autumn? And remember, if you would like to, you are more than welcome to join me at the end of this video for a blessing so that your desires, your manifestations can come in faster, more effortlessly. I will be tuning into the viewers of this video and then channel my own energy to bless your intention. So if you would like to, do make sure to check that out. There will be a timestamp below. But for now, let's get into the tarot. So I will be drawing 3 cards. Each of them will represent a different aspect of your manifestation. The first one will be a representation of your desire. The second one will show what is going on behind the scenes with this manifestation. And then the third one will represent what needs to be released in order for this manifestation to come into your life faster. So let's start by shuffling the cards. What desire is group 2 manifesting this autumn? What seeds of intention that they have planted are coming their way in this autumn season? Again, this could be different for the people living in the southern hemisphere, so just change that to spring. Over here, it is autumn. This is the season that is coming up next. So I'm just using that word. So for the desire, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, what is going on behind the scenes? What is going on behind the scenes with this manifestation? What does group 2 need to know regarding what's going on behind the scenes? How is the universe getting involved in here? We have this card, we have number 11, the Standing Stone. This is the card of Judgment in normal tarot. And what needs to be released for the effortless manifestation of this desire? What needs to be released? Alright, we have the Knight of Chalices, which is the Knight of Cups. And bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, I'll put her right here for now. So, group 2, what I'm seeing here is that there is some aspect of your life that has been feeling out of balance. You have been struggling to juggle your responsibilities in a way that would benefit everyone. This can mean one of many things, and it can be different for different people watching this video. Since this is the 2 of Pentacles, this immediately makes me think about financial burdens and trying to balance out the way you invest your money, trying to juggle different streams of income in order to cover all of the expenses that you have in your everyday life. Perhaps there have been issues with saving, issues with overspending for some, or having to give to either a person or a situation that has been financially draining for you. So I can see here for some that it has been a financial issue, and your desire, your manifestation is to come into balance, if you will, for things to be moving smoothly again when it comes to your finances. You can have control, and you can have an excess of finances, you can have abundance in this realm, so you don't have to juggle anymore. For other people, again, this may mean a certain responsibility in their realms of relationships, be it family, friendships, partnerships, even business partnerships, even work-related responsibilities, and trying to maintain a good work-life balance. Perhaps someone here has been overexerting themselves and has been overgiving, because this Knight of Chalices to me represents giving a lot of your emotions away, offering, right, to others, investing your energy, your emotions into situations, into other people. And perhaps at some point this has become too much for you, and the desire again is to have things flow smoothly, to be able to stay committed to the things you are loyal to the people you care about, while still feeling at ease in your own life. It is, in a sense, a need for mastery of circumstances, because this Queen of Wands tells me exactly this. It is a bit like the Magician card. As she holds her wand, there is this feeling of intention, the intention of wanting to direct the circumstances of life in a way that leads to satisfaction, leads to self-realization. And there is a need for confidence here. There is a need of confidence in your own abilities, and also one for planning, so that nothing catches you off guard. The Queen of Wands is also very much in touch with herself, so this could be, for some, the need to establish boundaries based on your own needs. So definitely recognizing that, for example, after a period of intense focus at work and lots of work hours that have been put in, there is also a need for rest, for replenishing, and setting that boundary, holding that up, standing up for yourself, so that you can indeed be a master of your circumstances. But what is happening behind the scenes is actually quite beautiful. We have the card of Justice here, and Justice speaks of your good deeds being rewarded and balance being restored. So it is actually quite beautiful, because Group 1's reading did also tie into this theme of balance, which was actually our intention today. So how beautiful and how appropriate it is that for the occasion of this equinox, of the Mabon celebration, that we do actually get to explore this theme of balance, and the universe is actually ready to work with us to help restore that equilibrium, if only we desire to focus on it and to get ourselves into the headspace of balance, of easy flow, juggling things, responsibilities, tasks, demands, in a way that is beneficial both to us and to all the important people in our lives. On this card, there's also another interesting message. So written on this stone are the words "harm none," right? This is the law of karma, this is the law of cause and effect. So what I'm getting here, a special message for a few of you, is that if someone has done you wrong, if someone has brought you sorrow, or has been trying to make life hard for you in some way with intention, right? That things will come back around and justice will be served, and it doesn't have to be in a cruel way, so to speak. It's not in the sense that something bad will happen to this person. No, absolutely not. This is about lessons, experiences that will help them see, that will help them come back into alignment also, and to understand ultimately that we should always hold the highest good of ourselves and all those around us within our hearts at all times. Okay, so I will put the bottom of the deck card right over here, and I will draw three more cards for each of these columns to get a clarification. So we have here for the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, what else regarding the desire? We have the Three of Wands, and one more card. being cautious, and it might not be a bad thing. We'll see. And the Knight of Swords, okay. So what is going on behind the scenes? What is going on here? Harvest. All right, beautiful. I think your group has really meaningful messages that align with the energies of this time of the year. Interesting. What a good choice you made. All right, and we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, and then we also have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. Let me get 3 more cards here. I will arrange these so you can see everything. 3 more cards here for what needs to be released. And again, we haven't talked so much about the card of release, but there's definitely a need here to put yourself first. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And I hear, stop being so giving. Not that it's bad to be giving, but I feel that perhaps for some the responsibilities have taken a toll. We have the Ten of Swords. Okay, and we'll get 1 more card. 1 more card, please, for what needs to be released. And there is release here with the Ten of Swords. There is absolutely almost an ease in letting that go. The Ten of Swords is the ending of a cycle. And then we have the Fool, just saying, go for it. All right. So, group 2. What I'm seeing here is actually a really beautiful message from the universe that truly your desire, your intention will come to full harvest in this season, in the following 3 months. And you'll be enjoying the fruits of your labor, of your focus. There is almost a willingness from the energies to work with you, to help you out on this front. But one must be also willing to let go of the burden. And you will be helped, actually, in the sense you will be guided on what the best way is to let go of this. And perhaps this burden will be taken away by someone, a person or a circumstance, something that is freeing you over here that you didn't foresee. The universe has your back on this and is working behind the scenes, figuring out a way on how to ease this load that you have been carrying. What I'm seeing here is that you have actually made quite a clear vision. You know what you want to get, you know what you're after, and you have done all the work. And now you're just waiting for the result, and it's almost as if you can touch it, you can taste it, you can feel it. It's not fully there, but you know, all of these containers are being unloaded. So you know it's there, it's just, it needs to be unpacked. It's almost as if the return on your investment is there, almost like you know the day when, let's say, the money arrives to your bank account. Okay, so if this has been some sort of a financial struggle, you're really right at the tail end of it. You can see, or you'll be seeing very soon, things arranging themselves in the way that you want, in the way that you help. So I do feel that for you, group 2, you have a degree of certainty with a Knight of Swords, a certainty that this is coming true for you. And I can see you being quite excited about the new experience, because it will give you a sense of relief. So again, if this is in regards to the financial realm and you have been trying to make ends meet for perhaps a long time, then this new possibility that is coming your way really does seem very exciting. And yet, you are being called to have some caution. Give yourself some time to adjust to the new position. Perhaps it is a new job, a new business venture that is making you very excited, but at the same time, you are practicing some degree of restraint. Just because this is uncharted territory, it may feel a little bit unfamiliar. What I can see here going on behind the scenes with the Ten of Cups is that the universe is helping you refocus so that it's really less about them being all of the aspects that you have been investing too much of your emotion and too much of your energy into. So it will be a bit less about them and more about you, because it is your harvest, it is your hard work here that you are getting to enjoy, and you are starting to see what value you can bring to the world, how your work is valuable, how your work is meaningful, not just to yourself, but to other people as well, because this is a beautiful, abundant harvest that you will not be enjoying alone. Of course you will be sharing. So the universe is giving you the space to focus on that final bit of work that needs to be done before you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. You are being given some space here to focus on your priorities and put some of the unnecessary burdens down, so at the end you reap the rewards. And it is in good justice. It is everything you deserve, because you have been giving so lovingly, so unconditionally, but now it is your time to shine. And it is obviously, again, not just about yourself. This isn't greediness, it is the opposite. It is having a lot so you can give back a lot. This is really a very beautiful message here for you, Group 2. And we can see it again over here on what needs to be released. Because with the King of Pentacles, see how tightly he is holding on to that coin, but he is reversed over here. So this is again a message of generosity, a message of giving, to release the mindset of scarcity, of insecurity, of not having enough, not having enough time, not having enough money, and not having enough skills to do something. This is an encouragement to actually go for it. You do have the right skills, you do have what it takes. And this really reminds me of a story that I read in the book The Power by Rhonda Byrne. So this was from a time before her international success with the series The Secret, and she was working on this project of hers. It was either about writing her book or making the movie The Secret, the movie that took off so spectacularly. I think at least half of the world population must have seen The Secret by now. So she was really very much invested in this project and putting all of her money and all of her savings into, I think it was the filming of the movie The Secret. And at that point all of her cards were maxed out, and she was in debt, literally in debt. And she knew that there was truth to her teachings, that there was truth to the law of attraction, and how events are just essentially thoughts and feelings made manifest. And what she was manifesting at the time was this mindset of scarcity, of not having enough money, because she was always worrying about how she's gonna pay her next bills, and is she gonna have the financial security to complete the project in the way that she desired. So one day she was very adamant that she was gonna change that. So what she did was she went to an ATM machine and took out all the remaining money on her card on that day. It was money that she was supposed to pay bills with and buy food with, all right? But something almost took over her, and she decided to take that money and give some dollar notes to all of the people she met in the street until she had given all of the money away. It was not to prove something to the universe in a sense, but actually to be able to completely release this scarcity mindset from within herself. So she did this, and she actually went home and felt really good about it. She saw all the smiles, all the gratitude from the people she gave away money to, and that made her really happy. And within a couple of days she received a phone call telling her that a company of a friend of hers who she had bought shares in the stock market from a while ago just took off, and she is getting a great return on her investment, and it was enough money to cover all of her debt. I think that's how the story goes. If you want the exact story, get the book The Power by Rhonda Byrne. But this is actually what this card reminded me of. Just letting go in complete trust that you are being taken care of. And of course, for some, that might not be giving all of your money away. But what if one day you decide to buy a gift for a friend, someone you perhaps really wanted to give thanks to, and for a moment just forget about things like the price of the gift, the cost of it. Just get something from the heart, something that would really make them happy. You can try that. If it's about a financial issue that you're dealing with right here. If, for example, you feel like you don't have enough time, that you are always very busy, that life is just go, go, go. Actually, try to decide that in spite of all of these things that I need to take care of, I'm gonna take a day off. I know that my workload might be a lot bigger afterwards, right? And I will have to catch up on some work, but I will take a day off today. Spend it with family, spend it with friends, give them my full attention, and see how that plays out in your own life. Because we have here the Green Man, which is the Fool card. It is about stepping into a new experience without looking back. A new experience, a new mindset, a new attitude. You are being encouraged to release the past, and these can be fears, insecurities, doubts, thoughts, patterns that you have dealt with, that have caused stagnation, that have caused pain, and embrace a new mindset, a new attitude. Out with the old, in with the new is the message that I'm seeing here right now. And you are being given a big, big yes here from the universe. Yes, we heard your prayers. Yes, everything that you asked for is on the way. You will be enjoying your harvest this autumn. Rest assured. Alright, group 2. So now I will clear up all of these cards and get some oracle cards for you, and we'll get to see if there's any other messages. So see you in a moment. Alright, so first of all I'm gonna get some tea leaf messages. And let's see, what else is there for group 2 to know regarding their manifestation that is coming in this autumn. What else is there for group 2 to know? Okay. Okay, I think all of these cards are enough. So first of all, we have V, victory in some endeavor. So this is again a confirmation that you are getting what you desire. We have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So this is pretty straightforward. It's about staying focused, and if you have been trying to find balance, you are being encouraged to keep it up, to make schedule, to prioritize the things that you need in your life right now, right? We also have fair man. This is dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. This can be anyone, perhaps a family member, perhaps a friend, a co-worker. We have dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Perhaps it is this fair man, and they will have some involvement in the way this manifestation is coming your way. We also have bridge. That's lovely. Successfully overcoming a problem. All right, so there's that for confirmation. And then we have mountain with major challenge to overcome, and I see you overcoming it. We have victory. We have successfully overcoming a problem. Perhaps this has been a big problem for you. You had to put in a great effort to balance out your life. But yes, it is coming. Let's get some other cards for you. What else is there to know for this and the desire that they are manifesting this autumn? Let's see. Alright, coming apart. And what else? Sad embrace. So this is quite interesting. I'll actually draw some tarot for you right on this one, because I feel it is a separate message that is making me wonder, what is this coming apart and sad embrace? What is this about? What is this about for group 2? Right, we have one card. I'll draw three cards. Three cards here for group 2. Coming apart and sad embrace. And we have here the numbers 46 and then 45. One more card, I'll take this one. So, we have here the 8 of Pentacles, we have the Oak King, which is the Hanged Man, and then we also have the Page of Cups. So, group 2, I'm getting the message that over here, it may be that this major challenge that you have had is to let go of something that you have put a lot of your work into. A lot of your time and effort and attention was directed on this one thing. But something happened to shift your perspective. And perhaps you have come to an understanding that if you want to move forward in your life in order to be happy on all fronts, you are required to let go of this thing, situation, person, job, whatever it is. Even if you invested so Hello group 3 and welcome to your reading. So today you were drawn to this beautiful pine cone. It was really the largest of the 3. So I wonder if your desire that you are manifesting is something big, something very meaningful to your life. And you are also drawn to the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. So again, today we are asking the question, what desires are you manifesting this autumn? What seeds that you have planted in the past year are coming to fruition and you're getting to harvest right now in the following 3 months? So I want to remind you that if you want to join me at the end of this reading for a ritual of blessing so that your desires can come to fruition in the easiest, fastest way, I will be channeling some of my energy for your good luck and the resolution of this intention. So if you are interested in that, then please stay until the end of the video. I will be going outdoors, lighting up some candles, and really creating a special sacred moment for you, the viewer of this video. Alright, so this is going to work like this. I will draw 3 different cards, and each of these cards will represent one different aspect of your desire, of your manifestation. So the first card will be about the manifestation itself. The second one will be about what is going on behind the scenes right now. How is the universe working as we speak to bring you your desire into fruition? And then for the third card, we will be looking at what needs to be released so that your manifestation can come to you in the most effortless of ways. Alright, so one more shuffle and then we will get going. So, for group 3 today, group 3, what desire are they manifesting? That flew out really fast. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. What is going on behind the scenes? Again, I feel this is something really big for you. Queen of Wands in reverse. Alright, and then, okay, what needs to be released? The 9 of Pentacles. This is very interesting here, group 3. Wow. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the King of Cups in reverse. I will put him right here for now. So I have to say, this is certainly something big for you. We have the Wheel of Fortune right here. This is a complete change in luck, a complete turn of events. So, if you have been feeling very much down and feeling as if the luck hasn't been on your side, but you've made the intention to turn that around, the universe is saying that you are about to receive success this autumn. The things are working out in your favor. I can see with the King of Cups in reverse that at the moment, some of you may be feeling emotionally unstable. Like the thoughts, the feelings are all over the place and quite hard to control. I can really feel my lips tremble as I say it. I wonder if anyone here has been dealing with some anxiety, perhaps panic attacks, perhaps fear of speaking in public is another thing that comes to my mind, but just a sense of insecurity, which is again reaffirmed here by the Queen of Wands in reverse. Upright, typically she is confident, she is charismatic, she is in tune with her uniqueness. She has her own way of doing things, perhaps a little bit stubborn because of that. But with this card, in this position, what is going on behind the scenes? The universe is saying that whatever this instability is about, it does serve a higher purpose. It is here to try to teach a lesson. And sometimes lessons that get delivered by a higher power can be a little bit hard to swallow. They can be uncomfortable, but they do eventually lead to spectacular growth. So discomfort, if this is what you're feeling right now, is purposeful. It does have an end result. It is not some kind of aimless fluke. There's something to be learned. We will be looking at that in a moment. And what needs to be released here is actually all of the creature comforts that you may be used to having in your day-to-day life. The Nine of Pentacles speaks of independence. It speaks of completion in the financial realm and also in the personal realm as an individual. Having all of your needs met and being content with where you are. But for some reason, the message here is that for this desire to be made manifest, this needs to be released. So this is why I was saying, this is quite an intriguing reading, and I'm really eager now to know more. I will put this card right here, and we will draw some more. We will draw 3 more cards for each of these to get to understand this desire better, and also the purpose of it, hidden purpose of it. This card wanted to jump out. We have the 3 of Cups here with the Wheel of Fortune. 2 more to clarify the desire. We have the King of Wands. Wow. And 1 more. We have, no, I will not take 2. 1 more card. Just 1. Just 1 more card. 2 keep on coming out. Alright, let's take 2. Why not? We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And then we also have the Hermit in reverse. Alright. Sometimes you just need to be flexible with what the tarot wants to give you. Alright, so what is going on behind the scenes? Why is the Queen of Wands in reverse there? Again, alright, let's take these. 10 of Swords. Alright, and then we have 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You know what is interesting is that the same 2 cards came up for group 2 just earlier, but I was using a completely different deck. So it's not like the cards weren't shuffled. This is a whole new deck. And here we have the Page of Cups. Let's move these over so we can try to get everything in view for the camera. Alright, and in terms of what needs to be released. So these are our 3 cards. Let's take them all. Okay, so we have 4 of Wands in reverse. We also have 4 of Cups in reverse. And then we also have 3 of Swords upright. Alright. This is really starting to become clearer and clearer now. You know, I feel here that something has happened in your life, group 3, that made you lose confidence and made you lose faith. What I'm seeing is that in the past, with the Hermit here in reverse, you may have pulled back from wanting to connect with other people because of perhaps a personal circumstance, some events that for some of you destabilized you. There was a kind of upheaval that led to perhaps a sense of depression, a sense of anxiety, not wanting to be part of the world, losing that joy of partaking in different activities. You can even see here the person on the Wheel of Fortune, how down they are, grieving something that they feel like they can't move away from. I don't know if this was caused by the actual loss of a person in your life. For some of you, it may be someone passing away. That just for a few of you, I feel that for others, this may have been the ending of a relationship, or the ending of some kind of enterprise that was meaningful to you, that brought you joy and the sense of excitement, the sense of thrill. This is not necessarily a love reading, but I do see it involves matters of the heart, with the many cups right here. You can see on this bottom row there's the 3 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. So whatever has happened has had an impact on your feelings, on your emotions, and it has left you imbalanced. With the 6 of Pentacles reversed, it is almost like an energy of the 5 of Pentacles being left out in the cold, not getting your needs met, not getting the bare minimum even offered to you from a person, or from a situation, from a connection, a friendship, a partnership. So there was a lot of pain surrounding that. I see it here, needing to be released, needing to be cleansed for this new chapter to begin. I can see the pain and the dissatisfaction, and the universe is saying, let that go. It is time. It is time to move into this brand new chapter. And for some of you, I really feel very strongly that this may be connected to a partnership, a marriage even. So this may have meant divorce, or impending divorce, or a separation from a long-term partner. I see here with the 4 of Wands. And that may have caused a lot of anxiety surrounding your newfound independence. What am I going to do with that? Or it could have even destabilized your finances and made you consider, how will you be able to handle things on your own? We'll talk about it a little bit more in a moment, but what I'm getting back to is here your wish, your desire. And I see with the 3 of Cups energy, finally reaching that point of inner peace and a decision to go back to being an active participant of life, of enjoying friendship and what that has to offer, enjoying the little joyful moments that we can have with people who are like-minded, people who care about us, perhaps our soul family. So I can see you putting a lot of value into that. And perhaps if you have been retreating from society for a long time while you were dealing with your other more urgent problems, this is a renewal, this is a desire to really put yourself out there again. Perhaps in the form of going to some club, starting a new hobby where you can meet people, and just putting yourself out there, opening up to invites to different events, or just casually going out for coffee with someone you enjoy to spend time with. It could be as simple as that. So I can see some determination here to generate positive change, and this is really wonderful. But I also see here in your desire the King of Wands. I feel that for some of you, if you are in that emotional space of starting to heal and starting to feel better about your loss, whatever happened, you're finally reigniting your passion and your curiosity about meeting someone new and someone who could really match you in the best way possible, because we have here the King and the Queen of Wands, the counterparts, a beautiful couple who has a lot of things in common. They have the same values, the same interests. There's something really exciting about them, about the Wands suit, a sense of adventure. So perhaps you want to bring more adventure into your life, and you are looking for a partner whom you can share all of that. Perhaps it was part of your intention then to meet someone you can really connect with on a soul level, someone who will see your value and you will see your worth. Because what I'm seeing here going on behind the scenes, the universe is creating opportunities for you to heal and to let go of things that perhaps you invested a lot of time and effort into them, but they weren't leading to anything fruitful. If anything, you have been backstabbed and you have suffered. But the Ten of Swords is an ending to all of that, an ending to the pain, an ending to the dark times, followed by a reset to something new. So I see here with the Ten of Swords that indeed your angels, your guides, your higher self, however you want to call this, they are helping you heal through the little things, through the little opportunities that present themselves to you in your everyday life. I see here the Page of Cups. I see here an offer of love, of friendship, something that is really pure, coming from the heart. No negative attachments here. There is something very innocent to this card. No toxic energies, no painful energies. Just a brand new beginning, possibly with a brand new person. This could also be you coming to cherish yourself so much that you will only nourish and pay attention to the good things coming your way. You will choose to shift your focus in that direction, and you're getting divine support on all of this. And you're being encouraged to actively release everything that has been dragging you back. We have here, you can see in these two cards, it's interesting, it's like the same person, isn't it? The same page. This would represent you if you're perhaps a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But that doesn't have to be for everyone. It is really that energy of emotional vulnerability, that sweet energy of wanting to love, wanting to care for another person. And we see here with the Four of Cups, disappointment, sorrow, dissatisfaction. The universe is saying, release all of that. You can move over. You can move over into a brand new future, which looks extremely promising, with strings attached to the past. It is hard. It is really hard. Sometimes you feel like you want to scream. There may have been times where you were completely lost, completely paralyzed. It's all in the past. It's time to refocus. Sometimes life brings us some lessons, and they are hard pills to swallow. There may be hardship at times, and it feels like it's endless and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But then, once we start to pick up all of the scattered pieces and putting them back together, we finally start to see a whole new meaning and a whole new sense of direction and purpose. Don't give up. You are so strong. You have been through so much. Now, all of that negative energy is being cleansed, washed away by the rain, blown away by the wind. It is time for a brand new, fresh, emotional start. Something that is balanced, something that is harmonious. Remember, this is coming your way. This manifestation, this desire is meant for you. This is why we have all of these cards on the table. So whenever you're feeling uncertain, whenever you're feeling insecure, just know that the hardest part is over. And the brand new day awaits you. Alright, so this was what the tarot had to say. Now I will just clean up all of these cards and get some oracle cards for you to see what else we can get from this message regarding your desires that you are manifesting. What else? I will draw some tea leaf cards. Maybe not that many, one at a time. Tea leaf cards to get some more information on your manifestation for group 3. Group 3, their manifestation. Right. And a couple more. One. Alright, I guess all of those wanted to come out. So, and one of them in my lap. So, first of all, we have older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. Interesting. We have caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming, and it's for the better. We have the month of March. This really wanted to come out. I saw it flip inside the deck. I will put it over here. We have goldfish. Goldfish is an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Some of you may be having one, some of you may be having the other, and some of you may be getting both of these wishes. But there will be spiritual growth after all of the hardship. There will be an evolution and a glow up in your energy. We have V, victory in some endeavor. Group 1 also got that. Dogs, we have getting together with friends again. It's so nice, it's giving me goosebumps because this is exactly the message that we were talking about just earlier with the 3 of Cups. Again, getting out there into the world. Enjoying the little things, but the very meaningful things that really fill up our hearts. Alright, we have Boot, increase your effort to achieve your goals. Oh, some of these cards wanted to come out again. We also have the month of August, so that could be significant to some. Again, with the months of the year, it could be someone's birthday, it could be a time where an important development, an important turning point happened in your life. So take that as it resonates. We also have Spear with a message, heartache over what you no longer have. And it is okay to feel those feelings. There was definitely a sense of loss here, but yet the universe is always bringing you some good things to balance that out and to fill up your heart again and heal it up. And then we also have Ring. Look at that, Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. This is an interesting message for you, Group 3. Wow. So perhaps it is not necessarily during this autumn, although who knows, it could be. But there may be some events for some of you a new fresh start that will ultimately lead to a happy commitment that could ultimately lead to marriage. So that is really wonderful. Let's get some more messages for you. Group 3, what else does Group 3 need to know about their desires that are manifesting this autumn? What else does Group 3 need to know? What else? 2 messages, 2 cards here for Group 3. 2 cards for Group 3, that's way too many. Only 2 cards please for Group 3. I'm really getting goosebumps right now. I'm so happy for you. Okay, these are 3. I will take 3, because we were just flowing in this reading and bending the rules. So we have Talisman, number 49. We also have Commitment, alright, number 36. I will put it here next to the ring card. This is really good news. I'm excited. And then we have 20, Flying. Oh, someone will be flying high, really making all of their desires happen. You will be on cloud 9, I believe. Look at this colorful winged horse. There's so much joy here. You're gonna be on top of the world, I am telling you, with commitment. You are really attracting a relationship that fulfills all of your dreams, all of your expectations. This will be that perfect partnership of equal, like minds. It's really a divine partnership. You are being guided by the divine into meeting this person, or if you already know them, coming together with this person. This is really wonderful. And with Talisman, it is a reminder that you are protected on your path, that there's someone always looking out for you, a higher power. Don't be scared of the road ahead, because really every step that you take will lead you home. There's the yin and the yang here, again a message of balance and harmony and of coming together, divine partnership again. And the number 49 reduces to 13, which is essentially a 4. It is a message of stability, upcoming stability, power, control over your life, balance in your emotions. Again, lovely message of balance throughout the 3 groups. But again, it is the energy of the autumn equinox, or the spring equinox if you live in the southern hemisphere. Alright, so let's give these cards a shuffle also, and we'll get 2 more messages for Group 3, or however messages want to come out here for Group 3, because there was a lot to tell you today, Group 3. The universe really wants to encourage you, because you have been down. You have lake with stillness. You have had some hardship, really big losses. So the universe really wants to give you a boost in self-confidence. Just letting you know that you got this. Again, we have 3. Why not? We have wolf, instinct, and river with movement. So whatever has been still and stagnant is now moving again. Things are taking off for you. And all you're being asked to do is follow your instinct. Tune into your higher self, because your higher self does have the answer to any issue that might come up. And if you're doubting at any moment whether you are on the right path, go within. You know the answer. If something feels right, do it, go for it. Move into the direction of your desires. Flow with everything that is coming your way. Again, be flexible. Even if you get set on a particular idea, I really want to do this, and I'm gonna do it through XYZ steps. These are exactly the steps that I'm gonna take. But something comes up and it throws you off balance. Be able to accept that challenge and rewrite your plan. Think of a whole new way, because the message here may be that it is happening for a reason. And perhaps it is providing you with a shortcut towards your desire, towards your manifestation. Sometimes if we let things flow, then they come our way incredibly quickly, a lot quicker than you would ever think. I'm going to take one more deck here. It is a brand new deck that I have. It is the Herbcrafter's Tarot. And I'm going to give it a shuffle and get 2 more messages of advice here to close your reading. And afterwards we will draw a little paper with a message from the universe to you. So let's see what advice for group 3. We will be also reading the guidebook on this one. We have 10 of Water. It's the 10 of Cups with red clover. Red clover is an incredibly purifying plant. It makes a delicious tea. It really does. And we have 10 of Pentacles with Horsetail. How is that for a combo? 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Plenty of abundance and plenty of love. Let's read from the guidebook. Alright, so first of all, 10 of Water, 10 of Pentacles. So red clover, taste the nectar of deep nourishment. Serenity rises from the roots of gratitude. Compost breeds contentment. Serenity is born from nourishment of the soul. Experience the joy and stability of your dreams coming to life. As the deep taproot of red clover restores the soil underground, the bright flowers delight humans and animals above ground. When you feel refreshed and happy, freely share your good fortune with others. Radiate peace and abundance. Red clover needs to be planted only once to flourish on its own. Trust your wishes to unfold without interference. The tea is as delicious as it is healing. The road to well-being can be filled with harmony. It can be this good. Oh, this is such a beautiful message. And again, in line with the way you want to put yourself out there to start to enjoy life once more. This is wonderful. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles with Horsetail. Ancient magic, modern medicine. Find strength deep within. The wisdom of the elders takes root in the bones of youth. The message here is you are safe and secure. You are a well-established member of your community. Know your work supports and sustains others. Horsetail both gathers nutrients and removes toxins from the area. Understand your connection to the greater purpose of life. Pause and connect often with all you have been given. Horsetail is a relative of a 400 million year old plant. You come from ancestral giants. This all has taken place before. Sometimes, in order to be effective, you learn to grow small and multiply. Nourish an underground network. Mindfully gather from resources that have carried generations. Horsetail is favored among biodynamic gardeners as natural fertilizer. The future can build on the strengths of the past. Alright, so this is the message for you from the Herbcrafter's Tarot. And again, if you feel called to use these 2 plants, perhaps it is a message that they will bring you some form of healing that your body and your spirit desire right now. So if you feel called to, please do so. They are very beneficial to you. So one last message before we go. I had 6 here to begin with. I drew one for group 1. I drew another one for group 2. So here is yours. I will close my eyes, mix them around a little bit, get a feel. What message does the universe want to give today to group 3? Group 3. This one. Yes. So let's read it together. I'm so curious. Oh, okay. So, keep track of all the signs, all the so-called coincidences, as well as reminders of your intention. Welcome each of them with a smile. That's your spirit team giving you a pat on the back. You are being reminded that you are exactly in the right place and at the right time on your journey. You're doing everything right. Love, the universe. All right, so this is your message for you, group 3. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated, and perhaps it brought you some form of inspiration that you needed at this time, at this point in your life. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I will be posting pick a card readings every week. But for now, here's where I leave you. You can of course join me at the end of the video for our blessing ritual. And if not, then I am wishing you a good day or a good night wherever you are. The best of luck. Take good care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Welcome to everyone who is joining me here today. Your presence is cherished and so appreciated. I also believe that by tuning in, you are helping to amplify the energy of this ritual and to focus its intention. Today, we are creating a blessing for all of those watching, so that your desires and your intentions can manifest into reality in the quickest and most effortless manner, with full loving support from the universe and the greatest good of all those involved. I would like to begin by inviting you to draw a deep breath with me, really taking in the freshness and purity of the air. And with the exhale, release all doubts or worries regarding your manifestation. Another inhale together, and let it go. This serves to attune our energies and connect to the same frequency of divine blessings and infinite possibilities. One more time. Inhale pure, light-filled air, and then release. Feel free to close your eyes for a moment and focus on your manifestation. Really feel it with every fiber of your being. Feel the love, the joy, the gratitude that take over as your desire is realized. I will now cast a circle of protection around everyone tuning in today. Element of air, I call on you. Element of fire, I call on you. Element of water, I call on you. Element of earth, I call on you. With these elements together, under spirit, I cast a circle of protection above, below, and within. Please feel free to release your desire to the universe now. Let it go and trust. By the light of the flame dancing before me, and the air that courses through my body, and the beat of a heart like wings in flight, I seek a blessing of sacred light. I call on powers within to grant you peace, to keep you safe and away from harm. May you soar unburdened through life, far above all hurt and strife. With these words, you are now blessed with a divine force wrapped around you. Spread your wings and be worry-free. You're blessed with light, so mote it be. May everyone joining today in heart and spirit be blessed with divine protection and guidance. May your heart's dearest desires be born into this world swiftly and effortlessly for the highest good of everyone involved. So be it. The blessing is complete. Thank you so much for being here today. As you let go and release, I will now lift the circle. Thank you for your energy. I bid you farewell. Water, thank you for your energy. I bid you farewell. Fire, thank you for your energy. I bid you farewell. Air, thank you for your energy. I bid you farewell. Spirit, I bid you farewell. I open this circle and release the energy back into the earth. May you have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you.